So today we're going to look at how to set up Kimi K2.5 with Clawbot. So you can see here, for example, a lot of people are talking about using Clawbot with Kimi K2.5 and how it runs locally, etc. So I'm pretty excited to try this out, test out, see how it performs. I'm also going to show you step by step how you can do the same if you want to try out Kimi K2.5. You might say, why would you use Kimi K2.5? Well, the difference here, right, as you can see from this tweet from GL1, is that it's at a similar level to Opus 4.5. Obviously, it's not as good, but it rivals top models, and it's a lot cheaper for tokens. Plus, you can set it up with Clawbot to run all day, and that way you don't run out of tokens, and you can connect this API directly to it. So we're going to test this out, see how it performs, etc. You can see an example of how it's running right here. Let's get into it. And you can see some other tweets. The Legendary says Kimi K2.5 is the best model for Clawbot, Moltbot right now. Almost 4.5 quality, so Opus 4.5 is the leading API in the world. But this is way, way cheaper, right? So we're going to test this out directly. And you can also use Fireworks as a provider if you don't want to use Kimi directly as well. So that's some good advice right there too. So let's run through the Kimi K2 setup guide and see how it performs. Mikey says, are you walking on a treadmill talking to us? I am indeed. We're going on a journey together. SEO says, if I use Windows or a dedicated Windows server and successfully install Clawbot, no, like it's all, once you got it set up, it's all good. Like you're all good to go. You can, you know, whether you're linking it directly to Clawbot via Windows or directly to Clawbot via Mac, that doesn't matter. Once it's set up, all the setup instructions are pretty much the same. IT Machine says GLM 4.7 Flash is a great model. I've heard mixed things about GLM 4.7 when it comes to this as well. So let's get straight into this. Can't wait for the Mac Mini lol. It's been stuck in delivery. Setting up Clawbot in Docker. Excited to start using this. Agent Zero has been good with GLM Coda Max plan. I'm sure it's going to perform better with Clawbot. I actually spoke to Kazra Dash. We were on a live stream the other day, and he was using GLM 4.7, and he did say like it was significantly less intelligent once he installed that instead of Opus 4.5. So just something to be aware of. Anyway, let's get straight into this. So how can we do this? We have to set up Kimi code. Let's start running that. So you can get this here, and then we just need to get Kimi code. So let's get this bad boy set up. And we need to set up the plan. Let's see. Why has it got these crazy names like Moderato and Allegretto and Vivace? That doesn't make any sense to me. All right, so get your plan. Which plan are we going to go with? I suppose we can just go with the basic one. I'm just going to sign up with monthly. Oh, you get a 7-day free trial as well. So that's pretty nice. So we can try that, see how it is, see how it performs, and then go from there. So I'm going to set up the 7-day free trial now. So I've signed up to the trial, and then we need to get our own API key. So we're subscribed. Let's get the API key. Where do we get that from? Let's have a look here. Console, API key, create new API key. So you can see here, you can get it. You can get access directly here. So I'm going to click on create API key. We'll test this out. And then from there, we need to log into Moltbot and get this set up. And what I'm actually going to try to do is see if we can set this up directly inside Clawbot. So I'm going to say, if I give you my Kimi K2.5 API key, can you add that? Just use it for sub-agents and subtasks. Keep codex CLI as the main one. See if that works. So it's thinking about it. Said, yes, we can add it, but don't paste the key in Telegram. Put the key in the EMV. Or tell me what provider format you have. Here's your endpoint, blah, blah, blah. So what I'm going to do here, let's have a look. I think we can install it with the installer. Let's have a look at the article. Paste your API key inside there. All right. And then I think we want to use Moonshot AI in the setup when we're running the config. So let's try this out. Going to go over to the terminal. And I think in the background, we can run the daemon for this, right? So you can see we can set up the onboard install. So I'm just going to run that in the background inside terminal. Obviously, I'm not going to share my screen whilst I'm getting an API key. And also, Clawbot inside Telegram told me, like, don't put the API key inside the chat, so we won't do that. Then we're going to select Moonshot AI in the model and auth provider. And we've got a choice between Moonshot AI API key or Kimi Code API key. We'll go with Kimi Code, I think. And then I'm going to say, okay, I've done that now. Can you see Kimi working? Okay. Mikey says, I'm setting up this with Llama 3.3. So you're using Ollama, right? And then running Llama 3.3 locally, I assume. I don't know many people using Llama, honestly. I was thinking about it last night. I was like, I know a lot of people using many different API keys, you know, like GLM or Kimi or whatever, but I haven't seen anyone using it directly inside there. Let's have a look. I want to keep it all local and secure. Sounds good to me. I think Kimi K 2.5 has broken it. It's not working anywhere near as well now. SEO says you mentioned not to use Gmail for login. What email provider or account setup do you recommend? I don't recommend using any sort of email service, but if you do want to connect it to email, what you want to do is create a completely separate email address purely for Clawbot, right? That way no one else has access to it. It can still send emails, but it's not connected to anything else where someone could, prompt inject it. Alarma launch works in command line, just came out 3 days ago. Yeah, I did a video about Alarma with Clawbot a couple of days ago. So you could eventually set up MCPs used by your local. Yeah, I've already done that. I've got a video on that on YouTube. Hey dude, I had issues getting Kimiko to work. Me too right now. Because it kept rejecting the base URL. I ended up going through the automated onboarding in a separate terminal and followed the same instructions. Interesting. Yeah, I'm having the same problem right now. It's like being way less responsive since I switched it over. All right. Now, I think we've got that fixed. So if we go inside the chat here of Clawbot, you can see, yes, it's configured now and your setup is exactly what you asked for. So you've got the main agent as Codex 5.2, and then we've got the sub agent as Kimi K2.5, right? So you can see it inside the instructions. One thing that I'd recommend is when you do this directly inside here, make sure that you restart the gateway, right? So once you've added the API key for Kimi K2.5, restart the gateway, and that way you can easily post it, right? One important thing, your Kimi key is visible, blah, 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 okay. And then running and responding. Okay, great. And it ran a quick sub-agent, tested it, so we're good to use Kimi for subtasks whilst keeping Codex as a main model. That's pretty nice. So I want to use my Discord. When you say don't use your own email, does this count for Discord? No, Discord is fine. You can use Discord. I've got it set up for Discord as well. Right? It takes a little while, but I've got a full guide on it inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So if you go inside the classroom here, SOP updates, then you would go to the course. And then we've got a full section on how to set it up for Discord directly here as well. So if you want to learn how to set up Clawbot with Discord, full training inside the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description, or just go to AIProfitBoardroom.com. Right? So let's test this out now. I'm going to say, okay, use Kimi K2.5, One second, I'm just going to confirm that it's actually got the SEO skill installed. You have the SEO skill installed, right? For creating content on WordPress. Please let me know. We'll do that inside the chat of Clawbot. Yeah, so it's got the setup right here. And I'll say, okay, use your SEO capability to create a beautifully designed post on WordPress about how to set up Kimi K2.5 with Clawbot/Moltbot. Publish it. Don't use the pages in WordPress. You should always use the posts section instead. Make sure it reads like a full blog post guide with FAQs, step-by-step instructions, plus write in third grade language in the style of Formosi. Use the page and link consistently as a CTA to join the AI profit boarding. And then we'll say save this workflow too. All right, so just to recap, we will publish a full guide on how to use Kimi K2.5 on the website, directly into WordPress using Clawbot, using Kimi K2.5 to actually write it. And then we're going to save this as a skill, as a workflow, so that we don't have to keep repeating the same instructions. They can just do it consistently each time. What are the hardware specifications? So, like, even just an old laptop, you can run this on. It's pretty chill. So when I mentioned separate email, I mean, use just one email for Clawbot that's away from everything else that nobody knows about, right? So for example, it could be like clawbot@juliangoldie@gmail.com. And then you would use that for emailing people and that sort of thing. What other alternatives is there for a 24/7 AI employee? See, I mean, you could use Claude Code as well directly and just run that locally. But honestly, I've not seen anything as good for this stuff directly. Can Kimi be connected to anti-gravity? Yes, I have a video on that from yesterday. So if you check out YouTube, Kimi K2.5 anti-gravity Julian Goldie on YouTube, you'll find my video about it. And basically, you can use Kilo code with Kimi K2.5, and then you're good to go from there. All right. Is it possible to build my own using API LLM? Yeah, I mean, like you could create like a fork of Clawbot, right, as well, I guess, if you wanted to. I'm guessing some people have done that. So that's an option. If you wanted to create your own, there are many ways down that path. Or you can just use something standard like Lindy, maybe something like that as well. All right, so we've published the article using Kimi K2.5. Here's the article, boom shakalaka. Look at that, we got a nice little image inside the article. We have the keyword optimized setup, so Kimi K2.5 Clawbot Moltbot. It's got it inside the URL as well. So let me just share my screen and show you what I'm talking about. So this is a page. It's all SEO optimized. Added a banner image, added the setup, and then it's actually linked to the AI Profit Boarding community inside the article itself. All right, as you can see. So that was it. That's how number one, we've got the full guide set up based on what worked for me. And then number two, you can see exactly how to set it up right here. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take some information from, let's see how we can do this. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say, okay, leave the blog post. Spoiler says, man, a week ago the best we had was anti-gravity. Now Claude and Molt has stolen the show. AI moves fast. It is crazy how stuff this works. What else we got here? Blender. Okay, I'm not too technical to understand some of your terms, but I'm working on a B2B business, so I have to learn some. Yeah, join the AI Profit Boardroom. That's got lots of good information on how to learn this stuff as a complete beginner. You can see here, for example, if we look inside the classroom, we've got this section that shows you how to go from complete beginner to expert in just 5 weeks using AI automation, plus how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes. So I would start there if you want to learn this stuff. DP says, I only use Kimi for sub agents. Yeah, that's what I set up with Claudebot as well. Okay. Open router latency is really bad for some reason. Like I mentioned before, like it was super slow when I was using it personally, so it's not great. How many steps per day? I always see you walking and you're looking lean as. Yeah, I do about anywhere between 20,000 to 30,000 steps a day, usually. Just feels good whilst I do it. I like to be active. I don't really like just sitting down all day. I don't think that's healthy. And then Coach Jim says, how many steps right now? Let's check what we're on. 15,800. Wow. Yes. It's been a good day, mate. It's been a good day. Productive. So we're just waiting for Clawbot to update the old article to improve the workflow, etc. So you can see here it's typing now. And then what it will do is update the blog right here. Right? Because the instructions here are not that good. Coach Jim says, I should set that up rather than slouching over a computer. Yeah, would recommend. It's helped me a lot. It's helping me a lot for sure. Have you been keeping an eye on token burn using Claudebot? It burned through mine. I've already talked about both of those things, but yeah. So that's why I set up Kimi K 2.5 because it's a lot cheaper. And then also, when it comes to the security stuff, I've already mentioned that as well. I actually did a full video as well on it. Jim says, which platform do you use for your AI avatar? So if you want to learn how to create AI avatar videos using my process, check out the AI Profit Boardroom right here. And if you go down to the AI avatar video section, we have a full section on how to set up AI avatar videos, and also for the screen share videos that we automate with AI, you can check out the whole process right here. So this is the full process, full step-by-step guide on how to use it. That's inside the AI Profit Boardroom. You can just go to arprofitboardroom.com to check that out and get access. All right, so thanks so much for watching. That is how to set up Kimi K2.5 with Clawbot. You saw us set it up today. We're using Kimi K2.5 because it's cheaper for tokens, and then also I can give it like sub agents to work on in the background with Kimi K2.5, whilst I use ChatGPT Codex for everything else, right? If you want to get the full setup guide and instructions, you can get it inside the AR Profit Boardroom. Just go to the SAP update section right here. We've got a full section on Clawbot, how to set up, how to do all the stuff that I've set up with as well directly. And you can get all of my best trainers on that right here. Inside the community, you can ask any questions, get help, get support whenever you need it. So if we go to the community section here, you can post questions, and you can see it's a super active community where we just help each other out. Additionally, inside the action takers section here, you can see that you can post your goals and stay laser focused, avoid information overload, avoid shiny object syndrome, and just say, right, here's what I'm going to do today, hold me accountable. And that's what this accountability group is about. Additionally, you can jump on 4 coaching calls per week inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And then also inside the classroom here, you can get all of my best trainers. So if you want to go from like complete beginner to expert with AI automation, we've got a full step-by-step course right here. And you can learn how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes. Additionally, you can see that inside the classroom, we have full trainings on all of my best processes. So for example, like avatar videos and everything else. And then also inside the classroom here, you can learn how to get more clients. You can watch about the coaching calls if you can't make them. You can see our best AI SEO automations, so how to rank inside AI search engines, and then also how to do YouTube AI. So that's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Plus you can connect with me personally and direct message me whenever you want to.